So you want to be a real estate investor, but you might be thinking to yourself, there's no opportunity. The housing market stinks. Everybody's selling their houses for overinflated prices, and there's just not many houses to find for off-market deals where I can actually get into the game without any money. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is a fallacy, okay? It doesn't matter if the market's up or the market's down. There are always opportunities for real estate investors, especially wholesalers, to be able to find good off-market properties that you can flip for a profit, okay? And this is an article by Business Insider. This was on March 23rd of 2024, so just recently as I'm recording this video. And the article is titled, "Texas Residents Are Moving to New Mexico by the Thousands, and Some Are Citing High Property Taxes." Now, this might sound strange to you if you've been watching the real estate market, because all you've heard is that people are fleeing to Texas because Texas is more free, Texas is more safe, and housing prices are cheaper. And that's true. People are moving to Texas. But the issue is that Texas has high property taxes. So according to the article here, it says everything is bigger in Texas, but Texas residents are fleeing the state in droves and heading for New Mexico, according to a 2022 census data. Just shy of 17,000 people moved from Texas to New Mexico, making Texas the primary state of origin for people moving to the land of enchantment, which is New Mexico. And Don and Patty Crook were among those who moved, citing high property taxes in Texas as one of their reasons for moving. So she goes on to say that people are getting priced out of their homes due to super high property taxes. The average property tax in Texas is 1.63%, and the real estate tax in Albuquerque is 0.74%. So New Mexico, they're saying, just has more of a family feel to it. They moved there after living in Texas for 35 years. New Mexico is the Texas that I grew up with, says the guy who made that quote in the article. So what does this mean for you? What does this mean for real estate investors? Well, it means a few things. First off, that people are moving all over the country for a lot of reasons right now. And one of those reasons is because cities aren't safe. It seems like communists have completely taken over a lot of these big Democrat cities. Whether I'm not sure what side of the aisle you're on, but that's just the way it is. When you have people, with body parts found in their apartments in New York, and they get arrested, and then they don't even get bail. They just get released right on the street. I mean, what would that make you think? Imagine if that happened in your neighborhood. You know what I mean? You would be like, hey, we got to go. And Texas would probably look pretty good. And now you live in Texas, and you're like, all these people are moving in here, and it's getting crazier and crazier, and property taxes and prices and everything are going up. Well, we want to move someplace where it's slower. And it was like the way it was when we grew up. So these things are happening, okay? How homeowners, regardless of the market right now, regardless of what you see on Zillow, they're under pressure, okay? Because even though there are houses that are moving, people are paying these giant inflated prices for them. As much as that's happening, there are tons and tons and tons of houses of owners who want to get out. They want to leave, all right? They need someone to come in and give them a decent, fair price for their house so they can jam out. And I'm telling you right now, this is a perfect example of exactly the kind of people that you need to look for, all right? We're not talking about, somebody who just bought a house 5 years ago, it has made a fortune in inflation, but they only have, say $100,000, $200,000 in equity. But even if they had that, you might have something going. Or maybe they don't have any equity because they bought at such an inflated price. We're talking about people who've lived in Texas for 35 years, according to this article. And they've lived there for a long time, which means that that's the first thing you have going for you, which you need to look for in any wholesaling or real estate investment operation. They have to have equity in the home. I'm assuming these people probably had their houses. They probably either own them outright or they have a ton of equity. They're pretty close to paying them off. So what they did is they probably, listed their house for a fair market price, at a really reasonable price, and they got snapped up really quick. And then they took that money and they went to New Mexico, where things are much, much cheaper, and they could probably buy a bigger, better house. All right. So what does that mean for you? Well, these are people who probably have decent houses that are ready to move in. Okay. And they can sell them on the market. But what about people who don't have that? What if they've lived in their houses for a long time and they're a little bit beat up? They need to be updated. They can't really put them on the market, but they don't have the money to fix them because they're getting crushed in taxes, or they just want to move, or maybe their job doesn't pay enough and they just want to move because they can get the same job somewhere else. Well, that's where you can come in and offer them something. You can offer them a cash price that might be under exactly what they could get, but it's enough for them to be able to cash out of their house, have enough money to move, and go buy another place somewhere else. This is where the opportunity is right now. If you just know where to look for it, this is absolutely happening. Okay. So we're looking at people that have two major things that are going for them. Okay. That's going for you and will absolutely be allow you to make a deal with these people. First, they have equity. All right. Second, they have motivation. They are under pressure. They want to get out of Texas. They want to get out of their city. They want to get out of New York. They want to get out of Oregon. They want to get out of Washington. They want to get out of whatever big city that they live in that's turning into a third world hellhole. They want to get out. They want to go move someplace that makes sense to them. But they might have equity, but they can't put it on the market. Or they want to move fast. They're like, forget this. my neighbors 2 doors down from me just dismembered somebody in their apartment and got left in and got let out back on the street. Okay, I want to get out of here like right now. So as a wholesaler, as a real estate investor, where you come in with an advantage is the speed of your money. You can close this thing within 30 days. That's what we're promising people, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to find these people, you're going to market for them. And we'll get into all the marketing later, either yellow letters, door hangers, knocking on doors, internet. You can internet market for these people and just say, hey, are you looking to get out within 30 days? I can solve that problem for you. I will give you a reasonable price. And just go start talking to these people, and you will eventually find someone who, if you can strike a good bargain with them that's decent, give them a decent price, gives them enough money where they can get enough money for their house, buy a house somewhere else, and have enough money to move, and you can have enough room in the deal where you can flip the contract to somebody else and you'll make, say, 5, 10, 15, 20 grand in between, then everybody walks away happy. Okay. These are the opportunities that are out here. These people are under pressure and they have equity. It's right here in Business Insider, guys. I'm telling you, you can do this. You might not just be having to look for rundown properties that nobody wants. It's going to take a fortune to fix. You might find decent single family homes that people just want to get out of. Do you want to get into real estate investing? Do you want to start wholesaling, but you don't know where to start? You don't have any money, and you don't even have a contract. On Amazon, you can buy my book, We Buy Houses Cash, the inside story of a wholesale real estate investor buying homes with no money down. This is the book that I wrote that gives you the A to Z nuts and bolts about wholesale real estate investing, as well as stories from live negotiations that I did that were a success and a few of them that went horribly wrong, so you can learn the right way to do wholesale real estate. Available on Amazon. Are you short on money to fund your business? On this video and the link below, you can get to Fund and Grow, where they will give you the money to fund your business so you can actually get the leads that you need to start qualifying good sellers so you can get good deals in the front door and start making money and get your business going the right way. This is our website. You can get a link to the book right here. You can get a link to our contracts. These are the same contracts that I use to buy over $3 million of single family homes right here at the top, as well as links to Fund and Grow, where you can get your business funded.